Welcome students. Next we go for the topic that is concrete mix design and testing. So it is the important topic or the having the important contents regarding the concrete mix or the concrete because the concrete mix design is most important to decide the proportion of the ingredient and the testing is important to check the concrete mix we designed is as per the our quality or the requirement and to make certain their changes regarding the proportion or the mixing or other the methods of concreting so as to achieve the required strength. So the concrete mix design and testing is the important topic or the content regarding the concrete technology. So first we go for the concrete mix design. It is the step-by-step design procedure to determine the percentage of various ingredient of concrete for achieving optimum condition. It means it is having the steps which we have to follow to calculate the percentage or the proportion of ingredients of the concrete. So to achieve the optimum condition means to have a required strength, to have the required to get the required quality, but with the economy and having the low cost as possible as to minimize the cost of the project. So concrete mix design is a method to achieve the required quality of a concrete regarding the strength, workability and other properties. So as to design the proportion of the ingredients, we have to follow these steps to achieve the concrete with the economical economical cost and to have the greater durability and other properties. So it is the concept about concrete mix design. Next is objectives of mix design. So objectives are the requirement of the mix design. So what is the necessity of mix design on a site? If everyone is designing the concrete with their own views, then it will not be having the any standards regarding the strength or the other qualities. So we have to fix some standards regarding the each and every aspect, not only in the concrete but also in other area also. So we have to fix some criteria regarding the required strength or the to achieve the required quality. So we have this requirement why the concrete design is necessary. First is to achieve the specified compressive strength for the specific grade of the concrete. So first is we have to achieve the compressive strength which is required for the particular type of the work. And to achieve this compressive strength, we have to follow the mixed design. The concept of the mixed design is deciding the proportion, that is one part of the cement, two part of the aggregate and four part of the aggregate, also the water and cement ratio. So to achieve the specific grade of the concrete, we have to design this proportion, and for this we have to require the process of mixed design to achieve the required grade of the concrete or the required compressive strength. Second is to get the required workability of the concrete. Depending upon the type of the work or the quantity of the reinforcement provided in the members, we have to require the concrete with the low workability or the high workability depending upon the site situations. So to get this workability without affecting the water cement ratio, we have to design the mix of the concrete. So to maintain the required workability and also to have the required strength without affecting the water cement ratio. To achieve required durability is the main factor. We have to require the concrete with the large durability or the more durability. So to achieve this required durability, we have to design the proper mix or the proportion of the ingredient. So the structure will be more durable. Next is to achieve economy in a concrete production. So it is the most important factor regarding the mixed design, because it is not only important to achieve the strength and the durability, but also it important to achieve the economy during the construction work. So to have a required strength and durability, but with optimum condition, that is having the or to achieving the more economy, we have to design the concrete mix. Next is to avoid segregation and shrinkage. So due to the uneven proportion or without any mixed design, if we done the proportion of the ingredient, then it will definitely affect on the concrete, that is it will be separation of the concrete, that is segregation, or there is a shrinkage, that is change in volume of a concrete after hardening. So we have to avoid this segregation, shrinkage, or other defects of the concrete during the casting or after hardening. So we have to require the concrete with a proper quality, and for this we have to require the concrete mix design. पहिल्यांदा कॉन्क्रीट मिक्स डिझाईन म्हणजे काय हे लक्षात आपण घेतलं पाहिजे. कॉन्क्रीट मिक्स डिझाईन म्हणजेच जे आपण सिमेंट, वाळू, खडी आणि पाणी याचं प्रपोर्शन जे ठरवतो, म्हणजे किती सिमेंट घ्यायचं क्वांटिटीमध्ये, किती वाळू घालायची, किती ॲग्रीगेट घ्यायचं, हे सगळं आपण जे डिसाईड करतो त्याला आपण कॉन्क्रीट मिक्स डिझाईन म्हणतो. आणि याच्यामध्ये आपण हे कॉन्क्रीट मिक्स डिझाईन करण्याचं का गरज आहे? कारण की जर ते प्रपोर्शन व्यवस्थित असेल तरच आपल्याला ती जी आपल्याला रिक्वायर्ड स्ट्रेंथ आहे, त्याची रिक्वायर्ड स्ट्रेंथ असेल किंवा जी ड्युरेबिलिटी असेल ती आपण अचीव्ह करू शकतो. आणि त्याचं इकॉनॉमिकली पण बघावं लागेल, की आपण जर जास्त समजा सिमेंट यूज केलं तर ते अनइकॉनॉमिकल होऊ शकतं, किंवा जास्त सिमेंट यूज करणं म्हणजे जास्त स्ट्रेंथ असं नाहीये. म्हणजे हे प्रपोर्शन किती ठरवायचं, जेणेकरून आपल्याला त्या काँक्रीटची जी रिक्वायर्ड क्वालिटी आहे, जी ड्युरेबिलिटी असेल, स्ट्रेंथ असेल ती पण मिळेल. पण त्याच्यासोबतच ते काँक्रीट काय होईल, मॅक्सिमम इकॉनॉमिकल कसं होईल, त्याच्यासाठी आपण त्याचं प्रपोर्शन ठरवतो आणि त्या स्टेप फॉलो करतो, जेणेकरून ते काँक्रीट चांगल्या क्वालिटीचं होईल. त्याच्यासाठी काय करतो, आपण एक प्रोसेस फॉलो करतो आणि त्या प्रोसेसला आपण काय म्हणतो, मिक्स डिझाइन. सो नेक्स्ट इज मेथड्स ऑफ कॉन्क्रीट मिक्स डिझाइन. There are various methods for concrete mix design, that is Indian standard method, fineness modulus method, surface area method, maximum density method, grading curve method, flexural method, ACI committee method, method of arbitrary proportion. So these are the some methods which are used for the mixed design. We have to go through the only single method, that is Indian standard method, and we see the some steps. So these are the various methods depending upon the requirement of the work, or the depending upon the type of the work, we follow one of the suitable method for the mixed design. In syllabus we have to study only the Indian standard methods. Uh, so we have to go through some of the steps which are followed in the Indian standard methods. So the Indian standard methods having the steps for design are target strength for the design mix. That is the target strength means the strength of the concrete which will be required after 28 days. So we have to first decide the target strength of the concrete, that is M20, M30, M35. So which uh, grade of the concrete we have to be required. So we have to fix first, that is the strength of the concrete required for the design mix. Next step is selection of the water cement ratio. So depending upon the requirement of the strength grading of the concrete, we can select the water cement ratio. Also there are standard graphs are available which will be useful for the following the mixed design steps regarding the concrete. So we have to use the standard graphs for the design. Next is selection of fine to the total aggregate ratio. So the it is the process in which we have to be uh, design or the calculate the quantity of the fine aggregate and the total aggregate. So we have to calculate this quantity uh, such that there will be a uniform mixture and it will not have a adverse effect like the segregation or the bleeding, etc. So we have to select the quantity of the fine aggregate or total aggregate depending upon the grading of the concrete. So next is calculation of cement content. In this point, we have to calculate the cement content which is required for the concrete mix. So the cement content it should be such that it will have the proper or it will maintain the proper water cement ratio, and also it will give the proper workability, and it will provide the economy in construction. So these are the some steps which will have to be followed in for concrete mix design by the Indian standard method. These are the steps. So we see these steps regarding the or during the practical, that is performing the concrete mix design for one of the grade of the concrete. In practical work in a lab, we have to design the concrete for the specific grade. So during this practical, we have to follow these steps and we calculate the quantities of the ingredients regarding the particular strength. So we go detail during the practicals because till we not doing the actual practical work regarding this concrete mix, we it is not possible to completely understand regarding the design mix. So we have to follow these steps during the practical works, and we will clear all the steps or the all the contents regarding the mix design. Next is testing of concrete. So testing is most important to check the qualities of the concrete and the grade of the concrete. So first we go through the significance of testing. Testing the hardened concrete confirm that the concrete at a site has developed the required strength. To know the quality of a concrete mix to ensure safety and stability of a structure. So after the casting, after mixed designing, that is deciding the proportion of the ingredients, we have to place the concrete in a formwork or the in a required shape, and this will be we design the concrete before casting, but after casting there may be any change or there may be certain changes in quality or the strength of the concrete because during the mixing or during the placing or compaction there may be certain changes of a method of concreting. So due to this there may be any effect or having the change in qualities of the concrete. So to check this, that is the concrete at a site is of required strength, is having the required strength or not. We have to follow the testing of the concrete. To know the quality of the concrete mix, that is the concrete is having the required quality or not, we have to follow the testing of a concrete to ensure safety and stability of the structure. So to ensure the safety of the structure, we have to test the concrete before casting and after casting. For before casting, we have to take the concrete block, that is 150 mm by 150 mm by 150 mm, and we have to check in a lab. So it will having the required strength or not. But after testing, it is difficult to test the concrete with the destruction, it is with the breaking. So after casting, we have to check the concrete with a non-destructive method, that is NDT, in which concrete is not destructed or breaked uh, as it is. So without breaking the concrete, we having the instrument like rebound hammer or the ultrasonic pulse velocity method, by which we can determine the actual strength of the concrete on a site after casting, or regarding the structural audit of the structural audit, we have to be follow the testing of the concrete. So testing of the concrete is required to confirm the quality, the strength of a concrete as per the requirement, and to ensure the safety and stability of a structure. So these are the significance of testing of a concrete.